Interesting facts you may not know about the half-aspect shooting method that helped Vietnam shoot down numerous B-52 aircraft. According to Mr. Duc, a former officer in charge of the B-52 combat crew of the 77th Missile Battalion, 257th Regiment, 361st Air Defense Division, Vietnam People's Air Force, there were two main methods for shooting down B-52 aircraft at that time, the half-aspect method and the three-point attack. However, not all units used the half-aspect method, as it required turning on the radar to locate enemy aircraft. This process was slow, exposed the position, and made it a target for enemy missiles. Seeing my confusion, Mr. Duc drew on a piece of paper and explained. The half-aspect attack method means that when the enemy aircraft is about 35 kilometers away from our anti-aircraft position, it forms a 35-degree angle with the ground, called the elevation angle. With the speed and altitude of the B-52, our missile would be launched at a 70-degree angle, meeting the enemy aircraft and exploding. To locate the B-52, radar operators had to quickly turn on the radar to determine the coordinates, then turn it off and lower the voltage. These actions had to be completed in about 10 seconds. The entire process, from identifying the target to pressing the missile launch button, was done in 60 seconds. If the procedure wasn't followed correctly, the F-4 fighters escorting the B-52 would fire missiles to destroy our ground positions. Mr. Duc explained that to avoid having their missile detonate prematurely due to electronic jamming, the unit used delayed fuses set to 11.5 seconds. This meant that the missile would only arm itself 2 to 3 kilometers from the target. The escort aircraft flying ahead of the B-52 would release jamming signals to confuse our radar and missiles. If the missile armed itself immediately after launch, it would explode prematurely due to the jamming. Using this method, the success rate of hitting B-52s was up to 93%. For safety, in the first battle, Mr. Duc and his comrades used the three-point attack method. After detecting the jamming strip from the B-52 about 35 kilometers from the missile site, the escort aircraft spread out, allowing the B-52 to descend for bombing. Following orders, the radar operators determined the coordinates based on azimuth, distance, and elevation angle. Officer Nguyễn Van Duc launched 2 missiles, but both missed. The three-point attack method involves aligning the radar, missile, and target along a straight line before firing. This method does not emit radar waves to locate the target, but relies on the jamming strip visible on the radar screen, allowing it to avoid enemy retaliation. However, it does not utilize automatic firing, and typically requires firing multiple missiles, making it less effective, Lieutenant Colonel Duc explained. Learning from this, in the second battle, Mr. Duc and his comrades used the half-aspect method. At 4:39 a.m. on December 19, 1972, about 30 enemy aircraft escorted B-52 bombers to attack Hanoi. Officer Nguyễn Van Duc launched 2 missiles, with the first at a distance of 26 kilometers and the second at 25 kilometers, both at a 200-degree azimuth with a 6-second elevation angle. The missiles struck the target, downing a B-52 Flying Fortress. The aircraft crashed in Tam Hung Village, Tan Oai District, formerly Hatay Province. Now part of Hanoi. Before using the half-aspect method, our team carefully analyzed it. Battalion Commander Dien Bien Phu noted that the three-point attack wasted missiles and was inefficient, especially given the high cost of each missile. We considered turning the radar on and off without continuous emissions to make it harder for the enemy to detect us. The team coordinated smoothly, ensuring that within 60 seconds, we could complete a B-52 battle using the half-aspect method. The result exceeded our expectations when the missile hit the target, and the entire site erupted in cheers, Lieutenant Colonel Duc. With this bold strategy, the Chem missile site, led by Lieutenant Colonel Nguyễn Van Duc and his comrades, shot down the most B-52 aircraft. In addition to the B-52 shot down on the morning of December 19, 1972, 2 more B-52s were shot down on the night of December 20 and early morning of December 21, 1972, one crashed in Ba Vi, Hanoi, and another in Phuc Yen, Vinh Phuc. On December 27, the combat crew shot down another B-52, which crashed about 200 kilometers from the missile site. After the conclusion of the Dien Bien Phu and the air campaign, the 77th Missile Battalion was awarded the title of Hero of the People's Armed Forces.